accurate First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Rudkin.
Pretty nice day out there today, and we need to enjoy days like this before we don't see one
this
for a while.
weekend. Yeah, you should be nice to everybody. Go give everybody hugs because you'll just be drenched. It's going to be gross this weekend. We'll chat about that coming up. Here's a live look in South Bend. Outside, it's nice and quiet, 71 degrees, dew point's 59. That number is nice and low, so it feels good. Temperatures cooling pretty quickly. Don't get used to this. Again, big changes coming. Outside right now across northern Indiana, southwest Michigan, some 60s from Syracuse and Warsaw, 68 Ligonier, 69 in Niles at 73. In Stevensville, dealing with an east wind up to about 15 miles an hour. Still a little breezy, but again, don't complain about this weather. Big changes coming. Let's focus first on what's coming tomorrow and Tuesday. The chance for showers and storms, some of which may be on the strong side. I'm not overly impressed with this system that's coming for a couple of reasons. Number one, let's talk about the system here. It's a boundary that's going to go through two boundaries. One's a warm front. It goes through in the morning. The other one's a cold front that will go through about this time tomorrow. When you're in between the two, that's your chance to heat things up. The hotter you get, the stronger storms can be, but there should be a decent amount of rain through midday tomorrow, which should keep temperatures in check and thus the severe threat pretty low. Let me show you Futurecast here, 6 a.m. No big deal, probably sunshine. We get clouds in the afternoon. A decaying line of rain should move in our direction. Now, our Futurecast model is really aggressive with this. I doubt it's this much, but enough light rain here and there to at least keep the sun out. Now, if this model is completely wrong and we see a whole lot of sunshine, then we need to be somewhat concerned for the evening. But the likelihood of that happening is pretty low. There's a lot of moisture trapped at the lower levels. That gives you the clouds. Here's 5 p.m. We'll likely see thunderstorms develop from, I'd say, Rockford down to the Quad Cities or so, and then gel into a line, and that line pushes in our direction. But this is not the typical line of storms you think of, where you get the big wind damage and all that. The likelihood of severe weather is pretty small. So don't get too anxious for it. But the timing would be about 8 o'clock tomorrow night till about midnight or so, give or take an hour. And you can see after that, you'll see this rotation coming up. That's another area of low pressure, and that means probably a fairly soggy Wednesday, especially the first half of the day. But then it brings in some dry air, and we'll cool things down and dry it down a little bit for Thursday. So severe weather threats. I'm kind of concerned with flooding. There's just so much moisture to work with. So again, the ground's already saturated. You may see a little bit of flooding, and if a line does develop, it would be straight line winds. We'll get a couple of those here and there. Hail is pretty low. It's really warm up there. It's going to take a lot to get any hail. And also tornado threat. It's never zero, but it's pretty low. When you get a line of storms, the tornado threat isn't that bad. All right, here's what we're tracking, though, for late week. It's dew points in the upper 70s to potentially 80. I was talking with Bob Warner earlier, and I got to make another category. I didn't have time. But basically, it's going to be just disgusting or horrific. I'm not sure. It's going to be really rough. And to put this into perspective, looked up some statistics here. Since 1980, so we're talking 37, 38 years here, there have been just a handful of days where the dew point has hit 80. If that in itself is not impressive, we broke it down by hours. Our friend Sam Lashey at the National Weather Service looked this up. So big thanks to him who did a big research project looking this up. Think about this. In 37 and a half years, 12 of those hours have had dew points 80 or better. We're probably going to get close to that, if not hit it, this weekend. Out of those 12 hours, that's how many hours are in 37 years. This is a big deal coming our way this weekend. It's going to be really thick air, and it's dangerous. You sweat so much, you don't know how much you're evaporating, so you get dehydrated real quick. 60 degrees tonight, temperatures tomorrow about 80 again. Showers and storms. We'll just see some showers midday, then thunderstorms through the late afternoon. We're cooler Wednesday and Thursday. The heat really gets here Friday and Saturday. You look at the temperatures there, you think, oh, that's not too bad, mid-90s. But again, you factor in the crazy dew points, and we're talking heat indices at minimum 100 degrees. I think many of us are going to be between 110 and 115 this weekend. You, your pets, livestock, obviously the kids, everybody's got to take it slow this weekend. We've got lakes everywhere, so that's good, right, and the pools and all that, but it's going to be rough. And those of you without air, the hard part is at night. You know, you're going to feel, it's going to feel like it's 80 the next several nights, so you don't get an opportunity to cool down. So sneak in a movie, go to the mall, do something to cool off for a couple hours.
All right. Some good advice, Matt.